Welcome to the Dungeon House, where a bunch of regular people with regular jobs gather to play Dungeons and Dragons. We aren't professionals, so if you hear food ASMR or a baby in the back, just understand it's normal. This show is recommended for those 13 and up. The music you'll hear is brought to you by William Heaton and various other artists. We're glad that you're here to share in the fun and laughter, as well as the challenges along the way. So come on into our home, take a seat on the couch, and enjoy the Dungeon House.
Nope, you were wrong.
Okay, I quit. I'm gonna go become a hippo or something.
A hippo?
Yeah.
So I saw that text, but I thought you were just joking because it was like instead of being at the beginning of D&D, it would be like in the middle of D&D. So I was like, hey. So that's what I thought you were meaning by that. That's why I don't think anyone corrected you, is we just thought you were teasing us by putting it in the middle.
I was teasing in the sense of putting in the start. So no, I understand why no one corrected me. I just feel stupid that I can never remember when we start.
Someone texted it on.
You're not stupid. You just forgot. That's okay. Sometimes you just gotta give yourself a little bit of slack.
Okay. But not all the time, because if you give yourself too much slack on like a line, like a repelling line, bad idea.
Yeah. Well, you gotta give yourself about 3 feet of slack, and then just jump, and hopefully it'll catch you.
What happens if you have 2 more or 2 less?
2 less means that you're going to not really have a lot of fun because you're not going to fall that far. 2 more is a little scary.
Okay.
Let's be honest.
So 7 or 5 feet of slack.
5 feet of slack is a little bit too much for me. I think 3. Did I say 3?
Yeah, you said 3.
5 feet's a little scary. 7 foot's too much. That's just too much.
Okay,
It's like
understandable.
It's like the thing from My Python, the Holy Grail, when they throw the grenade. 2 is too few, and 4 is too many. 5 is just out of the question. Hey,
You want to try a little brace of bread?
no, he's just having fun.
Okay. My grandma Heaton just dropped me some bread.
I wish I had ground eaten bread.
Go get some.
That's true, I could.
I know.
I am holding it.
Chase, I had the exact.
You had the same thought?
Yeah, I wanted grandma heating bread too, but I don't get any.
I have David bread.
You have David bread?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, I do. I have David bread.
Oh. All right. I went through an emotional roller coaster of trying to figure out whether David had bread or not.
Yeah. It's pretty good. It's pretty good bread.
Who are we missing? Brandon?
Brandon, on your wife. Well,
I'm sorry without my wife. We know where she's at.
We might start without Brandon as well, because he usually is walking home from a class at this point.
Okay, save some bread for me for Saturday.
I don't know if it'll last that long. It's like fresh homemade bread.
Are you
Throw it in the freezer.
Yeah.
So will you be there? I didn't read all the text, I'll be honest. Okay.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Why is he on at 5:30?
Who's on at 5:30?
The stakeholder changes were.
So you're gonna be here from Saturday until Thanksgiving, Kyle?
If it should be willing to hold,
I can hold my child.
or McKay, someone.
Son of a stupid coworker.
That was me, guys. Sorry.
Well, if we're not going to wait for Brandon, and we're not going to wait for your wife, what's stopping us from playing D&D?
Also, I'm gonna have to take off at some point tonight, but I'll be back.
Oh.
Just so the people know that Barren will be absent for a little bit.
All right.
Just,
What?
I want to save, but would it be bad if I save?
What?
It's about church.
Ballard?
What are you talking about?
Elder Holland has been called as the new president of Russell.
That makes sense.
Oh, what happened?
Elder Ballard died.
Mm-hmm.
He passed away. He graduated.
He died.
He graduated.
Oh.
That way of thinking about it.
That's sad, actually.
It's
He's probably glad.
He's
he gets to be with his wife now. Mm-hmm.
Let's
Well,
get this shindig going.
yeah, let's do this.
Elder Holland's 82.
All right. So, does anyone remember what happened last time? I'm trying to.
Elias a robot.
Would you like to take it then?
Sure. Well, basically, we were all worried about Elia because she was straight hecka dead. And we were all like, we gotta bring her back. How are we gonna do this? Not everyone, but the majority of the party. And then there were two things happening. You had the people that were trying to bring her back on the surface who were like, please, Elia, please, we want you. And then you had Elia who went inside of her own like soul and found her dad just chilling in there and keeping her alive pretty much. And they had a nice conversation where like, hey, you're doing a good job on the surface. You just keep going. Keep being you. Keep fighting monsters. You can't stop. And then
But don't die from
but
it.
don't die from them, and
Especially
be careful
if you-
because you're like a ticking time bomb because you can absorb others' souls and it's bad. So don't do that. And then he was like, I can fix you, but you're not gonna look the same. And then he fixed her and she didn't look the same. She was a golden robot. And that's pretty much all that happened. And then I think we were just about to go down into the wardrobe hatch that Pinky and everyone else had discovered, and
Mhm.
I think that's where we're at.
I think that's where we're at. That sounds correct to me. And I don't know much, but of what I do know, that sounds pretty on point. So we're going to go with that. All right. So with that behind us, I have a quick question for all of those out there tonight. Can you guys hear the music well? Is it a little quiet?
Hear it?
You can hear it? Yeah. I just need to turn it up on my own end. All right. So, where we left off, the whole entire group had headed towards the ladder hatch that was hidden beneath the wardrobe, which Pinky found. Upon did you not find it?
I think she opened the hatch.
You weren't the one that saw the creepiness that was going on with it, but you were the one who discovered that it had the false bottom.
Yes. Sorry.
And opened.
Am I jumping ahead?
Hey, you're good. You're good. So, I just want to kind of give a kind of a vibe, I would say, as you guys enter the underneath. As you all probably, hopefully remember, The house above you was very, very, well, you could say non the most premium condition. It was hard, rotten wood. The floorboards were all bent, squeaky. Kind of on its last legs, the structure above. As you guys enter into this bottom portion, you find yourself in what looks to be a well-lit hallway. You notice torches on each side, crackling softly, bathing the entire expanse with almost a warm hearth-like glow. Going from the cold exterior and interior up above, bathed in shadows, coming down here to something that seems alive and warm is kind of off-putting. You can smell a tinge on the air, what smells like sweat. Human smell is, I'd say, probably a good way of describing it.
Bio.
Smells like BO.
Gym or like boys locker?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Beef?
Beef. It smells like beef. It also does actually smell like literal beef, like something's been cooking. And I would like Barren to do a perception check.
Or 17.
17. You do on the air get a whiff of what smells like alcohol. It's kind of that pungent smell of some sort of mead that has been fermenting for a long time. Freshly opened cask. Just so that way you know. Okay. You do also, in that, get the scent of blood.
Okay.
With that, to describe more of the scene, as you've gotten to the bottom of this hallway, the hallway stretches beyond where you're at, leading down a corridor. It looks about 40 feet down. It turns sharply to the right, and then, from what you can tell, continues onward.
Well, let's continue.
Pinky would like to, I don't know, check for traps to see
That's
if
good.
anything weird is going on in this hall.
Yeah, make investigation check.
That's a 9.
From what you can tell, the hallway seems fairly adequate. You do notice that a lot of the stonework here seems to be very, very well taken care of, as probably who's ever been living down here has been living here for a long time, or this structure was very well made.
Okay. Cool. Sensing no other traps, Pinky's going to continue onward.
Okay.
Flying up at about, I don't know, Barren's head height.
All right.
Just to give you an idea.
Perfect. I'm assuming you're going to be kind of heading this.
Yes.
Where's everyone else falling in line after Pinky?
Third.
I would. Okay, I don't want that spot. I would like to be in front of Barren and behind a line.
Okay.
I'll fill in wherever.
I'm gonna say Elia's gonna be in the very back.
Bam.
Bah. In front of Elia and behind Barren.
So I can be
Alright.
towards the front then, I think. Is how
Yes.
that- yeah.
Yes, so. Ren is somewhere in there as well. He's not like gone. He's just not here to make decisions for himself. So
Where is she?
where is he? I'm assuming he's just walking home from class. Yep. With that, we'll put him in front of Moss. Moss be third. Next up will be Barren, Adelaide, and Opal, and then Alina.
In case you need it. You can. I trust you to roll play for myself. I'll be back hopefully in like 40 minutes.
Sounds good. We'll see you later, man. As you guys continue down the hallway, walking ever so slightly,
What does Pinky see?
Pinky and Moss, I'd like you to do perception checks.
All right, come on. Oh no. Can I have advantage?
Nope.
Well, I don't need it because I nat 20'd.
Oh.
Oh. Plus
That's
whatever my
real.
perception is. It's like 27. 27.
27. That's
Has
pretty
Pinky
impressive.
got a 6?
I feel like Pinky, you'd probably be doing like the Pink Panther. Dun, 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 dun. As you're like kind of sneaking down the hallway, you're doing your own theme music. You're basically pulling a Kronk, is what I'm saying.
There we go.
But you're doing a great job at it.
Well, thank
Though
you.
it does make it a little harder for you to hear. But for Moss, who's a little bit farther back, that the theme music's not too much interrupting his larger ears, because they're larger because he's an old man. I think ears continue to grow as you get older. I've heard that somewhere. His very large ears pick up
There's a little twitch.
a sound of what seems like water moving and heavy breathing coming from around the corner.
Heavy breathing in water.
Moss is gonna hold his hand up and be like, try to like motion to be quiet.
As
Gonna, like-
Pinky's in front of you, I don't know if she hears or sees that.
Pinky, Pinky.
What?
Shh. Do you hear that?
I'm assuming she hears it.
I
Yeah.
hope you- Thanks.
Yeah.
Guys, I hear something up above. Or up in front of us. You guys ready for it?
I guess as
What is
ready as I'll ever be.
Alright. Moss is gonna stealth and look around the corner to see what it is.
Pinky would
Yes.
also like to do that too.
Who's your werewolf?
So werewolf.
If it's a
Yeah.
werewolf, I quit. I'm
Make-
just gonna- Moss kills himself.
Excuse himself. Oh. Make a stealth check for both of you two.
Oh, come on! You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be fucking kidding me. First I roll a 20, then I roll a nat 1. What the fetch
Oh.
is this?
That's awesome. Now
Uh,
you start giving yourself theme music.
So I got an unnatural 20, so.
so I got a 6.
Oof.
How the tides have turned.
As you both approach Moss, you have the telltale signs, and then you know it's coming. You can't stop yourself. You know you shouldn't, and you try with all your faculties to not do this. But you have a frog in your throat. And I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but I feel like old people always get like frogs in their throat. They're always like, and they're like, they do as much as they can. There's no way for them to be quiet and get rid of it, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's in there, Moss. It's coming.
Oh no.
As you get close to that corner, you're gasping for air. You're holding it as much as you can. Can't hold it very much longer, and you have to go clear your throat. and you hear behind.
Oh, is it that noise?
Yeah.
I thought it was a
Something like
fart
that.
the whole time.
Oh, it's a fart. No, I was meaning that you need to clear
Oh.
clear your
I
throat.
thought you were saying I was lifting up on a fart.
You were loaded. Those beans earlier at the Lord's house.
Just they finally hit.
They finally hit. It's been bad. You've been holding it in all night. You were embarrassed, but no, it's a frog. That's so funny that you thought it was a fart, though. Anyways, as soon as whatever sound your body makes comes out, you hear from around the corner a voice goes, "Huh? Who's there?" And you'd see from around the corner peeks Vance.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm coming from big Vance.
Vance being the guy that you found tied up a little while back.
Oh,
It's you guys. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. I thought that guy was going to kill you. Please, can't you? As he sees Barren, like, kind of in the middle. And he starts kind of, like, panicking, like, trying to, fall back, shuffling away. Barren, who's not here to roleplay. Go ahead, Elia.
I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, I thought you were saying anything. Something.
No.
Barren, I would say, whoa, easy there. Something like that.
Or stop.
Stop.
Calm down.
Why are you so afraid?
Opal would take out her axe immediately and put it to Vance's throat.
He said, oh! He looks terrified. Make an insight check.
I think Opal's face would just be, stern. Maybe more in an intimidating sense, but not in a I'm about to kill you sense. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Ooh. That is a dirty 20.
There's your 20. He looks up at you. I'm sorry. I saw that guy attacking you all, and I saw the one lady. And he kind of sees her behind now that Elias changed. I thought he killed you, and so I ran down here to hide. And
Why did you feel it would be safer down here?
it's brighter, the lights.
It is brighter.
Yeah, there's torches lining this hallway.
You feel safer being underneath the house?
So I can see what's coming. With your insight check, I need you to come over here for a second.
Okay.
Oh, this is so exciting.
I know.
Whoa. Crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder what's happening.
Oh, do you need a quick fill in with that, Tori?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's nice.
Yes, please.
So basically, we have gone down into the trapdoor area. Just everyone kind of came. It was well lit, and we heard water and
You heard Vance breathing, like
okay. Okay. Yes, just found Vance down. And did you say last time that Pablo was also missing?
No.
No, okay. Just check.
Okay.
Cool.
So, but is Vance is kind of being sus though? That's what I'm gathering.
Yeah.
Okay.
His claim is that, like, what he's saying is that he ran downstairs because this is a lit area, and he was afraid of Barren.
Pinky, I'm assuming, has stayed hidden, and her, her stealth check was very high, so I'm assuming Vance can't see her. She's gonna take a quick look around the room that they're in now, just kind of peek and see if there's, what am I looking for? Like any evidence that maybe he's been down here before, that someone else might have been down here. Just a quick little, I don't know.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Okay. I rolled a 1.
Looks like a hallway.
With my perception, it's -1, and so that's a 0.
Oh. And she blinked.
Your eyes are closed.
Oh,
You
dark
gotta
in
keep your
here.
eyes open.
Oh.
It just got so dark in here. Yeah.
Okay. Hooray.
Didn't I get rid of my rope? Right?
I don't know.
I still have it. I think I would have marked it off. Alright. Opal would then ask Barren to assist her in tying up Vance, and she'll just calmly respond like, I understand you were afraid, and yes, it betrayed that Barren had turned on us. But I still don't trust you. So, just precautions until, again, my original request, you prove otherwise.
As you say some of those things, kind of like saying that, he looks up to you kind of like in a almost like a pleading way, like from what you could tell, like from a random bystander, he looks like distraught. You open up the, like, go to grab the rope. And you see him casting a spell.
What?
I'll go to chop off his hands.
Oh god,
What?
that escalates so fast.
All right,
Roll for initiative.
roll for initiative.
Oh wait, ice choking.
This will probably be between Faith or Opal and him,
Holy smokes.
Ow.
just because like no one else kind of sees this going on, and it just happens, you know? Does that make sense? What'd you get?
10. Did I? Yeah, 10.
He got 19. Spell goes off, and he disappears as you see his body wisp away. To kind of describe it more, it's almost kind of like his body dematerializes. I think there's a couple of you who would recognize this spell, as is Misty Step. You all would see and hear down the hallway from the right the slapping of footfalls as if he's running. Let's roll initiative. Again. Well, not again. Everyone else roll. And we'll continue from there.
Cool.
Cease.
Is
Is that okay? Can I see a piece of paper and a pencil?
I can give pencil, but not paper.
They're not in the thing. Okay. In this. And we're gonna I'll do it. Oh. Oh, thank you.
It's singing time.
Oh yeah. It's a party.
Oh wait. Sorry.
All right. 25 to 20.
No.
20 to 15.
16.
I got a 17.
Well, I was a 17, Pinky with a 16. All right. 10 to 15.
I'm still at 10, unless you want me to re-roll.
They're still at 10. Opal at 10. 10 to 5.
I got a 6.
Barren got a 7.
And I got a 4.
Oh my gosh!
It's gonna be a rough day.
Us got a 4. All right. So, Vance has already taken his turn with casting Misty Step and dashing. You hear the thump, 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 thump. The quick. It's faster than that. It's like the ta 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 of him sprinting somewhere down the hall. You look to the side from where he would be. You can see about 20 feet down the hallway is a slight drop in elevation. It looks like there might be stairs up there. It's hard to tell what's after that. Still the similar. Oh, go ahead.
So he's continuing further down this corridor area, not heading back.
No, he's continuing down further.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to clarify.
All right. Something to just note: this area is still fairly lit, like the rest of this place. Next up, Elias, it's your turn. He is not within visual of you, just so you know.
All right. I'm gonna hold my. Can I hold my movement?
Yes.
I'm gonna say I'll hold my movement until like Adelaide or Opal move up further, and then I'll just kind of move along with them.
Okay, sounds good. Is there any? Are you just holding the like kind of a dash action?
I mean, if that's what they do, if that makes sense, if that's okay.
Sure.
I
was
basically just want to. So if they dash, then Elia will dash. But if they don't dash, Elia won't dash.
Yeah.
How far away is he again?
Probably about 90 feet away because he Misty stepped and then sprinted dash. So he's about 90 feet. Give or take. You can't tell because you can't see him. Though you know he's deeper into the area. All right. With that, if you want to hold your action to dash, that's all right.
Yeah.
You can do just that. Pinky, you are up.
Okay. I'd like to dash towards Vance.
Okay.
She can go 60 feet with her dash, and then she would like to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on him. It has a 30-foot range, so if you say she's in range, then.
So you go 60 feet, you head down 20 feet, hit the stairway, you're flying down, sipping as fast as you can. As soon as you get to the bottom of the stairwell, you look in and you can see what looks to be an iron door that's been flung open. It's still kind of swinging on the hinges. From what you can tell, he just barely kind of flung it open and opened it up. You can see across the way what opens up into a larger, almost like a tavern room. Kind of large table in the middle. You can see what looks to be kind of plates, food out on the table, and then you can see Vance just in your peripheral jump and slide across the table, and land on the other side. Make your he's within 30 feet, just barely. Make
Cool.
your what save does he need to make?
Let's see. A wisdom saving throw.
Where is his saving throw? Huh. He got 6. What happened?
Sorry. He falls prone, becomes incapacitated, and unable to stand for the duration. Everything seems funny to him, and he just starts laughing. His concentration up to a minute.
Okay.
I remember that spell.
Yeah. So as he slides across the floor, you cast it right as he's sliding. And he goes, and he, instead of catching himself and continue running, he falls down on his back, and kind of you see him across the room because you're a little higher up. He sits there on his butt. He's like, "Just fall on my butt," and he starts laughing like that.
Cool. Piggy's going to yell back up to people, "I got him! Hurry up!" And then she's going to start laughing too because she thinks this is absolutely hilarious.
You made me fall on my butt. How long does the concentration last?
1 minute.
1 minute.
Up to 1 minute.
No.
That's why
Does he
it's
make
hurt.
Does he check resave on every one of his turns?
Let's see. At the end of its turn, and each time it takes damage, the creature can make another saving throw.
Yeah. Sounds good. Well, with that, it would be Opal, your turn. He is still 90 feet away from you, so you will not be able to get to him on this turn.
What if I engaged Radiant Soul and flew and dashed at them?
Your Radiant Soul still does the same amount of movement as you do. So if you do an action, just so mind you, you will not be able to dash, so you can only move 30 feet.
Okay.
But you can do an action if you feel like.
I want to dash still with my rope.
Oh wait, I have a question for you, Pinky. Oh yeah, you can dash as a bonus action. We're good.
Yes. Yes.
I thought so. I was
I am
just
a
like,
rogue.
yeah. All right, go.
I still have my rope in hand. I would dash as well.
Okay.
Can I before I do that, can I ask Alaya, like, you good? Like, I'm gonna go. Like, you good?
I guess yeah. Well,
Okay. Stay safe. Okay, and then run. And then I want to be a cool person and throw a lasso around the Vance.
You'll have to try to do that on your next turn.
I still have my rope. Can I noodle it?
Have you ever lassoed before?
Oh.
Do you know how close you need to be to lasso?
No.
Fairly close. 30 feet's a little far, especially for someone who's not proficient in lassoing.
Okay, I'll throw a noodle and be like, run around.
Throw your rope and.
No, I wouldn't
No, it's not.
All right, I'll run. And then I can't reach, so I'll just stop and take a breath. And then it's somebody else's turn.
Yep. Next up is Barren. Barren's just going to dash as well. He doesn't have really anything to do. After that, it would be Adelaide, your turn.
I'm also going to dash to the scene.
Okay. Alaya, are you going to use your held action to dash with her?
yes.
Okay. You are all basically kind of gathering around that opening to this room. the one that's the kind of iron door that he swung open. So you basically all kind of gathered into that little section, that little area. Moss, it's your turn.
I think I'm just gonna dash in as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Your little legs carry you as fast as you can as you hobble down the corridor.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Next up, it's Vance. He is going to continue laughing. At the end of his turn, he is going to make a wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 13.
He passes.
Okay. As soon as he kind of he's going to get up kind of
That's
onto
the end of
his
his turn.
Yeah. I guess he's technically not up right now. He's still technically prone.
Yeah.
So that will work out. Well, he is going to get up, as you can tell. All right. With that, it is Elia, your turn. You're about 30 feet away from him, and you can see him.
What's past him?
You can see what looks to be this room. In from what you can tell, a couple of doors off of it. You can see that he was heading fairly straight line. What looks to be maybe another door across the way.
Okay. I am going to cast web just past him.
Okay.
So basically right where he's at, kind of going all the way back 20 feet.
All right, awesome. So yeah, that covers up the door that looks like he was trying to get to. All right. Elia, is there anything else that you want to do? Do you want to approach? Stay there?
No, Elias not going to approach.
Figured. That is okay.
So that will just that'll be her turn.
All right. Well, with that, it will be Pinky, your turn.
Cool. Pinky is going to. So he's 30 feet ahead of me, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's not too much that Pinky can really do to subdue him. But she's going to fly above him. She's going to point her arrow down directly at him and say, "Don't move!" And she's going to hold her action to shoot his leg or something if he tries to move.
Anya, when she's threatening.
Gonna make an intimidation check?
Yeah, make an intimidation check.
That's an 11.
And he doesn't seem like super perplexed by your don't move. He's like, I still might move. He looks like he would be someone that would still move, even after being told not to.
Yeah.
With that, Opal, it is your turn. He is on the other side of a table. Piggy was able to fly over it, but the view is kind of down below. So you can get to him within 30 feet. You might have to do an athletics check to hurdle the table.
Okay, so I will hurdle the table.
Okay, make an athletics or acrobatics check.
It's a 9.
So as you run up to the table and you go to hurdle it, you jump up and like you kind of land on it, start sliding. But what you think would be really cool, like kind of like that slide that he did earlier, you get about halfway across the table and you can't stop. So then you have to like kind
You should body roll.
of roll the rest of the way. You can't quite get to him as you didn't have enough. You didn't succeed the DC 10.
I'm gonna throw something at him.
Okay, throw something at him.
What do I want?
What you gonna throw?
Would it be bad if I threw my prayer book?
You can throw your You can throw anything you want at it. I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
Just remember, damage might be different if you're going for damage.
No. I want to. Yeah, I think that would be what I would throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make an attack roll with your prayer book.
Blade's like,
Is it plus anything? Cause I don't want to kill him. I want to
the prayer book.
I want to investigate him. So that's why I don't want to do something. Is it plus anything? Like +1? Because it's I don't know.
Wouldn't it be like a strength or a dexterity thing?
Strength?
It would be strength.
Oh!
So it's plus your strength.
17.
17 to hit him with a book? Oh, you just
Wow.
don't get it.
Okay, I want to knock him right in the head with the edge of the rim of the book.
Oh, that's messed
I
up.
wanted to hurt. But I don't want to kill him, but I want it to hurt.
Dude, imagine like him being slayed by a prayer book.
Well, actually, you can't roll for damage. It's just your strength modifier. It's like you're throwing a rock at him.
3.
3 points of damage is like, oh, right into his little shiny helmet that he has on.
I will say now before I forget, I would collect my book. So
We'll see about that.
no, I
Maybe he'll take it. Maybe he'll steal your book.
drop
Just think about that. All right. As the book makes contact with his frontal lobe, I need
I want to give him a headache.
Barren to do his turn. Barren would probably, I don't know what Barren would do. Let's look.
If he's close enough, he might go up and try and use his whip.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide. Would
Trip
he
him.
attack?
I guess
He's
already
right.
prone.
He's already
Ba-
prone.
Baron
If he's
would.
already prone, I don't think he would attack.
Barren.
Maybe.
Okay, let's vote. Everyone that no, I'm just kidding.
All right. Who thinks Barren would run up and use his whip? Say aye.
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 Hi.
Maybe
Okay.
he could use it in a way to him.
Let's see what you got.
That's my opinion, though. I don't think he'd just the poor man on the ground
What is
making
this?
bad choices, and then Baron. Oh,
That
I don't
sounds like Baron to me.
No.
Yeah.
No. Where is this stuff?
I could also see him being like, he's already down.
No point in fighting him anymore.
Let me rephrase
Now
Maybe also try to intimidate him to stay down. I don't know.
He's not the most intimidating person. Trust me. I'm looking at
Isn't
it.
he?
How Kyle envisions Baron is Baron would go all out, but that's how Kyle sees Baron.
Baron just goes up there and murders you.
I mean, that's what he did to Elias.
Great.
That is true. That is true.
He doesn't really have anything in his hand. Bait and switch doesn't really do much anything. I think he would run.
You did a good job of not hitting. Yeah.
I think he would run up and he would have kind of prepared some manacles that he has as like kind of like manacles, the things that go around wrists and stuff like that. That sort of thing. I think he would hold his action. Actually, he's going to have to make the acrobatics or athletics check to see if he can vault for table as well. If he's going to be with him right next to him. Acrobatics is pretty good. He got an 11, so he just barely makes it as he slides right past you. He will stand there. He will hold his action for anyone to kind of grapple the man. Like he's like basically gets there and he's like, someone grab him and I'll get his hands. I'll cuff him. Kind of that idea. Next up, Adelaide, it's your turn.
Wait, he needs to be restrained.
That's what Barren held his action for us to see if he
Hold person.
hold person.
So he
Okay.
needs to succeed in a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, what's
Is I'm sorry, I should have looked beforehand. That's the spell save DC is 13.
he rolled a 14, so
Ah.
it passes just barely.
Then that's all I can do.
Perfect.
That's my spell.
Okay.
I guess I could still move, right?
Yeah, you can still move.
But I couldn't restrain.
No.
Okay, so dang it. So yeah, that's fine.
So if you want to just stay back where you're at, you can.
Yeah,
But-
probably.
What if sitting is incapacitating?
Sitting is incapacitating.
Like
It's
sitting
not.
on him.
He's prone. Oh, sitting on him. That's like grappling. Yeah, you could do that, but. Moss, it's your turn.
So pretty much what's going on is like Barren's just beating up a guy on the ground. Like we're not really deep into this, right?
Barren's ready to handcuff the person that's on the ground, because like, while like he's holding his action, like if he just tries to do it with the guy, it might be harder. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think at this point Moss realizes that like he's not necessarily needed for this fight anymore, so he's just gonna like put his hands up and look the other way.
Fair enough. Next up is Vance's turn. Seeing kind of the situation that he is in, being surrounded by you all, he will look to you, Opal, and he'll point kind of past you, and he'll say, "Look out! I need you to make a saving throw, an intelligence saving throw."
Hey, roll again.
Nope.
I got an 8.
An 8. So you glance behind you and you see what looks to be a rafter for this room falling down in fire. It looks like it's about to fall on Moss and Pinky. They don't look like they're looking at it, but you can see it's on fire and it's falling down. You believe that it's
I don't want to.
you got to.
Fine.
What will you do?
Opal would go save her friend.
I know, it's so messed up. You see the beam like coming down. You can tell that it's going to kill your friends. How do you save them?
Try to catch the beam and use brute force. I'm going to use my shield to try and stop the beam from crushing my friends and do it like Mr. Incredible style.
Just a question.
Yeah.
If it's gonna hit me, it's also gonna hit Vance, right? Because I'm directly above Vance.
It would, yeah.
Okay, just double checking.
All right. With that, Opal, as you see that kind of coming down at them, we will have to go to your. We'll have to wait to your turn before you can act on that.
Yep.
Brandon, it's good to see you. Glad to have you here.
Glad to be here. Am I rolling initiative?
Roll initiative. You guys are chasing Vance. He's trying to run away from you.
I knew that Vance was a no good
Through
person.
the bottom complex of the under.
Yeah, we found him underneath the trap door. So that's why it's
Awesome.
us.
I rolled 15 initiative.
15.
So right after Pinky.
We'll say that you're kind of in the back, still by Moss and Elia right now. $15. Okay, good to know. All right, with that, he is going to bonus action disengage. and use his movement to get up and move 15 feet to the left, not into the webs.
Does Pinky get to use her action? Because he did disengage, but like, I'm not 5 feet away from him.
Yeah, but did you hold your
Yes,
action?
I held my action to shoot him. Yeah.
If that's what you held your action for, you can make your attack.
Yes. Cool. All right. Well, that's a 12.
That will miss as you shoot the
That's
ground.
what I thought. Oh, right where it used to be.
Yep. Next up is Elias.
So, is he running away now, or? Sorry, I got a little lost.
He is. He's gone up and moved away from the people that are there.
So, did he run into the webs I'd cast behind him?
He ran to the side. Seeing that you'd cast webs, he ran.
It's a 20-foot cube.
I know. You cast it behind him though. He's running to the side of them.
Oh, I thought we were still in a corridor.
No. This opened up into a larger, like, mead hall-esque room.
Okay, my bad.
The dining room.
Misinterpretation. Well then, I will use some sorcery points to. It's 2 sorcery points to get a level 2 spell, right?
It's 3 sorcery points to get level 2.
3 to get a level 2 spell. And I'm gonna cast Vortex Warp.
Okay. Who are you casting it on?
I'm casting it on Vance.
All right. What kind of saving throw does he need to make?
Constitution, please.
Constitution. Let's see what he got a 6. Where do you want him to go? Right next to you?
No, not next to me. Right,
Okay.
kind of like in between. Like, so where's everybody like lined up? If that makes sense.
So Pinky, Barren, and Opal are right where he had fallen, and then everyone else is back by you guys.
So I'm gonna teleport him right in between Barren and Opal.
Barren and Opal? Okay. Sounds good. That is great to know. As he has 15 feet away and teleported right back to where he was, basically. This time on this side of Barren. Next up, Pinky, it's your turn.
Well, Pinky doesn't really want to incapacitate him, but she can't really. Yes. Okay. Yeah, she's just gonna shoot him. Non-lethal damage.
Okay. Roll to attack.
That is a 24.
That will hit.
Awesome. Ooh, for max damage, that's 10 points of damage. Non-lethal.
10 points of damage. So as you hit him, all right. As you hit him with the arrow, he would look back to you, and the glance, like, from what you can tell, actually make an insight check for me, real quick.
That's a 2.
You can see that he looked back towards you, but can't really tell what's going on with his face and his emotions and where he's doing mentally right now. It's just a little far out there. You try not to, go ahead.
Piggy's still singing the theme music in her head, and it's distracting her a little bit.
Exactly. That's all right. Anything else you want to do?
Well, I guess there's not really anywhere for her to hide. So no, that's it. Is there someplace she can hide?
Not really, because you're kind of in the middle of the room.
Yeah. Okay.
Ren, just so you know, to describe kind of your surroundings, you all went down into the trap door, and then it was a corridor that was like made out of nice laid stone bricks that led down about 40 feet, turned, went about 20 feet down some stairs, and now entered into this kind of common room for whatever this complex is down here. From what you can tell, the room that all this action is going on in is kind of like some sort of mead hall. From this door, think about right here. You entered in through kind of like this iron grate, like iron barred door. You, Alaya, and Moss are kind of standing here by the door, while Barren, Pinky, Opal, actually Adelaide's with you guys as well. You're all kind of standing in that doorway. Barren, Pinky, and Opal are out there, like in the room, and the guy is kind of like right by the table. Opal's standing on the table. Barren's behind him. Pinky's up above him. There's webbing on the far side of the wall because Alaya cast web, and it's kind of longer than it is wider. There's a couple of doors leading out in different directions from this room.
Okay, and where's the guy? Where did he go?
Where is he? He's about from where you're at, 25 feet ahead on the other side of the table. So you can either do an athletics check to, jump over the table or jump onto the table, or you could dash to get all the way around. It's kind of a long table. It's a big guy. You can see that a lot of people have been fed around this table.
I'm thinking I want to net him.
You want to net him?
I want to net him. So I'll probably run up on the table, kick a couple flagons on my way.
Athletics or acrobatics as you kind of run through, kind of move aside as you're pushing through some of your guys, and you jump up onto the table close to Opal.
Okay. That's a +2. That's a 7.
7. As you do that, you kind of jump and you hit your shin right on the edge of the table.
My foot goes right into a cooked goose on the table.
It's like socket. Now you have a foot that's a goose. From what happens basically as a gameplay standpoint is your movement is kind of stopped. You're on top of the table, but you're like, dang it, I've been goosed.
So am I 15 feet away from him?
You are 15 feet away from him.
Can I throw my net with disadvantage?
Yes.
Haha. All right, let's see. I'm gonna net him 21. Oh wait, no, that's disadvantage. I rolled a 1. Are you kidding me?
Oh gosh.
+6 is 7 again.
As you wind up and you're about ready to throw it like perfectly.
My other foot goes into another goose.
You have 2 gooses, as well as Opal, who seems really concerned for some reason, and pushes you back, says, "No, stay away!" And you kind of slip on the goose feet and you fall on your butt.
Into the yams.
You don't have to get the prone condition, but that's what would happen.
But it's embarrassing. Is what you're
It's
saying.
embarrassing.
Okay.
Yeah. The net goes wide. With that, Opal, it's your turn.
What do I get to do?
Opal, you can do whatever you want, but you do see your friends have a beam that is about to fall on them. You see Barren and Pinky are about to die from the collapsing roof.
Is Pinky a monster, Barren?
Forgot about that collapsing roof.
You only Moss is behind you. It's only Barren. It's the ones in front of you.
Okay.
Moss ain't dying anytime.
Can I slide, take out my javelin, and push them at the same time with it?
Like you're all form tackle them out of the way.
Yeah, but with my javelin so I can hit them at the same time.
Hit
them out of the way.
Both of them?
So, yeah, what I'm imagining is that Opal will run and get underneath the beam to to where they're at.
And you want to push him out of the way.
Yeah, but push them with the javelin,
And
so
try
I
to catch it.
both push them at the same time.
Yeah.
Or I can just use both my hands. I don't know.
You can
It
use.
just adds a little spice if I add a weapon, but sure, I'll use my hands. String!
Do strength check.
That's 22.
22. Yeah, I feel like that'd be enough to push Pinky and Barren both at the same time. That's fairly
Awesome.
strong. Mind
Honestly,
you,
Pinky's like in the air, so it's probably not hard to push her at all.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing really holding her, so she's probably flying across the room. And she only weighs, what, like 14 pounds?
I will mind, though, with saying as you do push them, that would be pushing them into the web. But it's better than them dying.
Mm-hmm.
Tried not to, but since I pushed so hard.
Well, yeah, and for where the web was placed, it was right behind where he landed, which is right where they're standing, and the beam's going to fall. So kind of the only way to get them out of the way is to push them into the webs. Unless you're going to try and pull, which honestly is a little harder.
I got a 22, so maybe I'll pull. I'll still have my rope and wrap it around and pull them this way.
I don't know if that's enough. You'd have to re-roll if you're trying to do it.
Re-roll. Ready? Whip? Oh no.
You accidentally push them while you're trying to pull. With that, though, as you kind of get them, do you want to do the push? Or do you want just nothing to happen? You don't have to... I should have explained before you pushed that that was an that's what would happen if you pushed them. So.
It would be an 8 if I pulled.
They will not be moved with an 8.
Mm-hmm.
You could get Pinky out of the way, but Barren's probably going to die, as well as you're going to be in the line of the path of the beam.
All right, fine. I'll just do what my original idea was because I didn't understand. So in the web they go.
The web? Okay. I need both Pinky and Barren to do dexterity save. Right? Elia?
Yes.
Okay. Barren fails hard
Okay.
with 7.
Yeah, he fails.
15?
14.
That matches my save.
So I think we wrote that she does succeed.
Correct. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So with that, you're able to kind of dodge out of the reach of some of the webbing. You kind of pass through it. You're able to skinny your way through and not get caught by it. Moss, Barren, he's like, a bug, just straight flat. He's like suspended in air. It's kind of comical, but also not. Opal, as you do that, as you push him out of the way, the beam falls on top of you. You will take 5 points of damage as it kind of crushes onto your back as the flames on top of it start burning against your back and the weight's kind of pressing down on your feet.
Oh, it's actually hurting me?
It is. With that, it's Barren's turn. He's going to use... Does he need to use his action to try to free himself?
Let me read the spell. Yes, creatures restrained by the webs can use its actions to make a strength check against your spell DC.
He got 2.
Yeah, well, he failed.
Yeah, that's his action. Next up is Adelaide. She's kind of indisposed at the moment, taking care of baby Hayes. So we will go to you, Moss.
Okay. I don't know. like I feel like we've got this fight in the bag, but it keeps going on. Honestly, at this point, Moss is just gonna cast Entangle.
Okay.
So yeah, Moss will cast Entangle. I need him to make a strength save, Vince to make a strength save.
Strength saving. That is a 6.
Yeah, he fails.
All right, he is entangled, and that means that he is locked down.
Yep.
Go
With
on.
that, it is his turn next. If he can save, then we will keep this going. If he will fail, then we will break combat because you all have enough time to kind of get up to him and try him like that. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Mhm.
For his strength saving throw, you got an 11.
Yeah, he fails.
All right, with that, we're going to go out of combat as a mass of roots and vines twist and tie themselves around him. He kind of struggles against it for a second, but you're all able to get up to him at that point. Opal, the beam is still pressing down on you. You all see Opal, for some reason, is like just squatting. Like, looks like she's like trying to hold something up really heavy. There's nothing there. You can see that she's like starting to sweat, like strain as hard as she can, grimacing from pain.
Her veins are like popping out.
Yeah, like.
Dang, bro.
What are you doing, Opal?
Get back! Please! I can't serve you well!
Pinky is going to. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if Pinky would realize that she's enchanted, or what's it called. Anyways. Okay, Pinky's going to be a little bit confused, and she's going to think, oh, there's probably something invisible above her. She's going to go and she's going to try and smack it, whatever it is Opal's trying to hold, and like...
Opal, you see Pinky fly into the fire, and it's like, from what you can see, she's just starting to get burned alive. You know? That's what you see.
Opal just let out a excruciating cry, like...
Pinky's gonna then like fly down and like fly in front of her face and be like, "What's going on? I don't understand."
Take 2 points of damage, Opal, as you're still holding this beam, and she's just like, she's engulfed in the fire with you, but she doesn't seem at all perturbed.
I'm just gonna cry, and I'm like, Pinky! Why?
Pinky's going to be a little bit impulsive, and she's gonna slap Opal across the face. Get yourself together!
Opal, I need you to do... Well, I need you to do something, but I'm not going to tell you what you need to do.
Opal would...
Okay.
Opal would let out another war cry and headbutt her. Like, go away.
Get out of here! I'm going... Like, to you, from what you can tell, this whole entire roof's coming down, and your friends are just lazing about, like, not leaving. You're putting up, like, the ultimate sacrifice, and they're just like, cool, whatever, we're gonna die with you. Well, at least you can't tell what's going on.
Yeah.
Can Pinky like roll like some sort of insight check or something to see if she understands that what's his name did is, you know, because that assault started when he pointed and said, "Look out."
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Insight.
Just, can we
That's a
break it?
12.
That's what Tori asked.
A 12?
Yes.
Yeah, we can give you some information on that. So with a 12, you can tell that there's some sort of illusionary magic on Opal. As you look at her eyes, instead of being that kind of the clear amber color they're kind of have almost like.
Supposed to be blue.
Are they blue? I'm so sorry. I was thinking when you do your.
Yeah.
Your clear blue eyes, you can see there's like hints of purple swirling in her irises.
She probably would have engaged that, but I didn't say. So.
It's okay.
Well, knowing that it's magic, because she does know a bit about magic, she's gonna go to Vance. Yeah, she knows about concentration, right?
Yeah.
So she's gonna slap Vance and try to get him to break his concentration. Stop doing that to Opal, you meanie! Actually, she's not gonna slap him. She's gonna stick him with her dagger.
All right, make an attack roll with advantage because he is restrained. As
Perfect.
It's not at this moment that. Well, I'm assuming Alaya dropped concentration on Web, freeing Barren. Barren would have put the manacles on this individual.
18.
18?
Yes.
Okay. With an 18, you hit him. Roll for damage.
7 points of damage.
7 points. He passes his concentration check. As you stab him, he can't. You should really put that thing away. That's I don't know. He said something cool. I forgot what I was going to go with that. Like, yeah, stop that. He would say something along the lines of, you should put that away. You won't need it. As Opal, the illusion from the phantasmal force spell leaves you, and you realize that there was never a beam. The roof is just solid rock.
Can I react to that?
Yeah. He's just like, it's not there anymore.
Opal would become enraged and engage with Radiant Soul. And what she would, I mean, I don't know if I can because that's an action, but I want to do that.
Yeah.
And then, well, maybe I wouldn't even waste my time. I guess she would just run over and start punching the heck out of Vance.
Start.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll some attack rolls.
I thought we just achieved peace.
How many times do you punch him?
With my fists, is it just strength again?
It's strength, but since you've activated your Radiant Soul, you would add your left.
Oh, can I, even though that's an action?
You already engaged it.
When?
We're out of combat right now, so actions work a little differently.
Oh, okay.
So you're.
Well, then I should say that, because then it's only a minute. Okay.
You are, unless. What are you doing?
Opal won't waste her breath on that, but she'll just immediately enrage and go over and start punching him. So it's with strength?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is a 19.
19? Okay, roll. Your damage is your strength, which is 3.
And then can I hit him again?
Yeah. How many times are you going to hit him?
As many times until he passes out.
All right. You're probably going to be there for a little bit.
Pinky would attempt to stop her after like 3 hits.
All right. Roll 2 more times. 2 more times to see if you hit those times.
That's a 13.
13. That will miss.
14.
That'll miss as well. As you hit him, he's able to kind of brace himself, and it doesn't really seem like your punch lands with the force you want it to. From the first punch, though, which I imagine was straight to the mouth, he spits it out too. I can understand being a little angry. If I was in all of your shoes, I probably would feel similar.
Can he have lost one of his front teeth?
No.
No.
He's a molar. You punched him on the side. There's a roundhouse.
Gosh.
It's like his personality is like completely changed now. He's no longer the sniveling scaredy cat. Like he's.
Can Opal go to smash his head on the ground?
Yeah, you can do whatever you
We
want.
can go try and
D&D,
stop her.
if you want to beat up a fake person, and ground slam them.
Okay,
Yeah.
Moss is getting involved at this point. It's like, Opal,
19.
calm
19
down,
will work.
calm down.
3
Moss can't
points
take
of
this.
damage. Give him a concussion. Make
Moss
him
is
lose
casting. Moss is casting Entangle on Opal.
All right. As you take his head and you slam it into the countertop, he goes, "Ow!" Opal, I need you to do what's a strength saving throw. Are you actually casting it, Kyle?
Yeah, I am. Like this is enough. Opal,
Does
you've
it-
gotten your revenge.
Does it drop concentration on your current one?
Yeah, it does, but it only lasts.
He's already manacled and tied up and stuff. So
Yeah.
I imagine that he only has manacles on, just so you know. But
Yes.
Barren's like right next to him. Olio kind of like circled him. So
I trust Barren with my life in this situation.
22,
Yeah.
you would save.
Okay. Then I want to kick Vance to the ground, and then I'll be done.
Okay.
A kick.
Make attack roll.
With strength again.
Yeah, with strength.
Okay, 14. So I miss.
Yeah. So you try to trip him, and since his entangle has left, he easily jumps kind of over your foot, steps back a little bit.
Oh,
Could someone put her on a leash?
No.
please?
Opal will do it again because he said that.
Elia will walk up and just like
Team.
touch Opal's shoulder and just Opal, it's enough.
16.
That is his AC, so you do trip him.
Okay. After I trip him, and then I hear Eli say that I will stop. I will get up in his face with fire and cinch his eyebrows and be like, "Don't you ever mess with my team again."
I mean,
deja vu. Did Opal do this before?
This is kind of her thing.
beating people up, you know,
Someone else's eyebrows, I believe. Can't remember who, but she did.
when you have a hammer, everything starts looking like a nail. That's an axe. When you have an axe, everything starts looking like a tree. Okay. With that, with his hands manacled behind his back, said he would look at you and, well, it is kind of par for the course. It's what I've been doing this whole evening.
Part of the course? What is that? Is that what you said?
Par for the course. It's a saying where I come from. It's from a game. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
What?
Anyways, never mind. It just means that it's what it should be.
That doesn't make sense.
Okay. Other people have heard par for the course. Are you talking in Opal's point of view?
No, I'm genuinely what?
I feel like
Yeah,
I've heard it.
I know what par for the course is. I know what par
Yeah,
for the course
it's an actual saying. Okay.
I have heard
I have
it.
no idea. Never heard it.
Think about like golf. Par for the course. It's like par is like your even number. You don't lose or gain anything. It's just like what you're kind of shooting for.
You learn
Okay.
something every day.
Yeah, now you guys know.
I've
Full
never heard
vocabulary.
that in my life.
It's kind of par for the course. It's what I've been doing this whole evening, and it kind of just gives you a little bit of a sly smile. So
Opal said she would stop, so Opal stopped. But mentally, she's just like,
with you guys, with him kind of bound, he
on the ground. I kicked him.
on the ground, he would kind of lean up against kind of one of the chairs, the table, like almost as if he's kind of relaxing on the ground. So, you gonna start asking questions, or just gonna stand around?
Pink is gonna take that same knife, and she's gonna bring it to his neck. And honestly, the first question she's gonna ask, because she has advantage on it, she's gonna ask about the lost kids. She's gonna say, "Do you know anything about kids going missing?"
Oh.
Always on her mind.
He's just gonna kind of look up, just kind of have a slight grin on his face. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, I hate
Uh,
this.
She's gonna insight check that. I don't expect her to do very well on that insight, but sure, we're gonna insight that.
And I love your
Oh, hooray! Insight. Where is it? That is an 18.
18? Yeah, you
Yeah.
can tell he's lying out his teeth right now. It's easy. Everyone knows that he's just being sarcastic.
Okay, she's going to. Oh, what is she gonna do? Hey, She's gonna go okay, because she knows he's lying. She's gonna go full crazy, Pinky. She's gonna give him kind of a shallower cut across the cheek, and she's going to use her actor feat, and she's going to try and remember the most intimidating voice that she's ever heard, and she's gonna use it. And she's gonna say, "I know." I guess I should change my voice. "I know you're lying. Tell me what you know." And she's gonna take out her other dagger. She's gonna point both of them at him.
As you do that, I will make him do an opposite to an intimidation check. I don't know what that'd be like.
I don't know.
Something. But we need to go to break. Tori is selling a couch, and so we're going to do that real quick, and we'll be right back to continue talking to Vance, the evil murderer, liar who hates everybody and is
There we go.
very smug about it. All right, we're going to break.
Vance McMurder Pants.
Break.
Vance the murderer. All right, and. I think we're back. I know how to run the computer system. All right. Last off, we left off with Pinky pulling out 2 daggers, speaking in the most intimidating voice that she could to intimidate Vance. He needs to make his anti-being intimidated check, which
Should I make an intimidation check, or are you just gonna make the anti-intimidation check?
No, make an intimidation check. I think he's going to do an intelligence save.
Can I do? I probably shouldn't ask for advantage, so we're just gonna go straight roll. Okay, intimidation. That's a 13.
He sees that you've pulled out the other dagger, and with that, as you kind of have it pretty dang close to his throat, he would look down at it, look back up at you, and say, "Use it. Do it."
Pinky is going to cast Mage Hand. She's going to use it to grab the back of his hair, yank it down so his neck is super exposed.
Jeez.
And she's gonna draw a little bit of blood.
Ooh.
What do you know about these children?
As you do that, you start drawing a little bit of blood. He'll take 1 point of damage.
Cool.
It's just enough to kill him.
Just enough. You try to draw a little bit of blood, but the hand keeps going for some reason. No, it's terrible. Just push it. No, that's not how it goes. Not yet, at least. He will say, "You have time. Look around here. Probably figure some stuff out."
Well, it would be easier if you just told us. She's gonna,
I'm not going to do that. I will tell you something.
Are you guys just gonna keep letting Pinky do this?
I think Elias more in shock and awe
Yeah.
than like,
Pinky's gonna.
what the heck?
Yeah. Pinky's gonna split his earlobe. Just like doing
Jeez Louise.
How do we always come back to this?
He's just thinking like nothing but healing word tactics.
He's like, she smites off the ear. You can't heal it.
She's not smiting off the whole ear, she's just splitting the little earlobe. Where like a piercing would be, she's just gonna cut it in half.
So you're just going to like put a line through it, right?
Yeah, like all the way through.
Make an attack roll.
Okay.
You have advantage. He is held, as well as since you have advantage, you can roll with your sneak attack, since you have an advantage on the attack roll. If you want to.
Okay, well,
You know,
that is a 21 to hit.
that will hit.
And my sneak attack is plus that one, so. Do you want me to roll all the damage? I'm just splitting his earlobe.
You can do whatever you want. Like, however you feel like this would. But if you don't want to do your sneak attack damage, you don't have to.
Yeah, let's not do that. Because I don't, she's not intending to, like, kill him. She just wants to cause him pain. That's still 9 points of damage, but.
I love how,
From
like,
earlobe.
Ethan, who's the most innocent, as soon as she finds someone who's, like, a dirtbag, who is probably taking, like, has something to do with missing kids, she's, like, flipped the switch. He's going ham.
I mean, this is the whole reason she joined, you know? So.
Because.
Anyways, he's not saying anything, is he? Just taking it.
You would definitely grimace with it. You know, I would appreciate if you are going to keep going, knock me out first, or at least do something that would knock me out. This is not the best torture I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get information out of you, not trying to kill you.
That's why I said This isn't the best torture I've seen.
I don't know how far Pinky would go. I don't think.
While you're
What can I do?
doing that, yeah, go ahead.
Pinky, I'm not sure how far you want to go with this, but you know that there are potions and spells that can make people talk.
Well, do you have one?
Not on me, no, but perhaps we could do a little bit of digging.
I don't think we're gonna find any in the dirt.
I think it would be better to have maybe a captive than a maimed body.
He knows something about the missing children. I'm not gonna let this pass up.
Ooh.
And she's what is she gonna do? Because she really doesn't want to maim him.
Stab him.
Elia will say, "All right, Pinky, if this is the route you really want to go, I guess I'll help." She's gonna walk
Look
up
at you.
and-
Okay, yeah.
and cast grease on him
Huh?
and drench him in grease.
No, sir, you've done it now. Like, now that Elia is involved, honestly, you may die.
Piggy's gonna clap her little
Same
knives
grease?
together like.
Yeah.
I would like you to do an intimidation. You can use your spell attack modifier for your intimidation.
Yeah, are you sure?
I was like, oh no.
All right. Intimidation?
With your spell, it's not like you're using. I guess it's kind of your charisma, but I'm allowing you to use your spell attack modifier for it. Does that make sense? Because it was a spell effect.
Yeah, so is it more of like
Like
roll the dice, and so like normally I get a +4,
Yeah.
right?
instead,
doing-
you're going to use your.
Just do a +6, or okay, yeah, so it's +6. So
Okay.
I got a 22.
That's pretty good. With this, he probably will need to make a wisdom saving throw. Or
I was gonna say she's pulling out a match from her.
I,
dinner.
yeah, I know where this is going. This is going pretty that really quick. Yeah, with that, he says, "Okay, that's enough to get me at least talking. You have piqued my interest. This is moving a lot more in a more substantial direction." He'll look at you, Elia, and say, for one, kind of looking you up and down, like from what you were, say, nice new look. Also, I can tell that you have a lot of promise in this.
She's gonna light a match.
What would you like to know?
Answer her questions.
Okay.
Children, where are they?
Well, would you like to know who I am? What I'm doing here?
Yeah, that's probably a good thing to know. But then you gotta answer my question.
My name's Vance, Northbrook. I lived in this valley my whole entire life. Just doing my best to grow those crops. At least that's what most people would assume. But y'all have caught me. And it's very annoying. But it's okay. Going over your question, where they are at, he will kind of look up think about it. From my estimate, how long it's taken us to get to this point, assume they've been gone hopefully about 15 minutes. That should be enough of a head start.
Why'd you kill your friends?
Those weren't my friends. I was playing a part. It's what I do.
Who do you work for?
It's a good question. Alas, technically I don't work for him. I believe in their cause, but because of who I am, could not ever join them, which is quite disheartening. But because of that, I can give what I can.
That doesn't
My-
answer my question. I said who.
Who? If I gave you a name, you wouldn't know who it was anyways. It wouldn't mean anything to you.
We
Well-
want him anyways.
It'll be good for future reference, now wouldn't it?
Fair. It's a good point. Well, it's not just me who's been here for a while. Person that I report to, the one that hopefully him and the other ones are a little bit ahead of us. His name's Hav. H-A-V. Is your name?
What's the organization?
I can't tell you. I'm scared more of them than I am of your fire. I'd rather die.
Interesting.
With the second mention of people up ahead, Pinky is going to look for any sign that anyone else has passed through here recently. As,
From what
like,
you can,
yeah.
just looking at this table, it looks like there was kind of in the middle of a meal was this, like whatever happened here, people left in a hurry. You can see, like, at some points, like drinks have been tipped over, not just from the fighting that was in here earlier. People are probably in a rush.
Can you tell which door they left from?
From what you're looking at, not really. You'd have to do an investigation check. If you'd like to, you can.
Yes, I would like to do an investigation check. Investigation. That's a 16.
16? With a 16, you start looking around, and you can see what looks to be a lot of commotion. It's hard to tell, like, track where things are going. Looking for maybe signs of everyone heading towards a direction. You see that most of them seem like they went through that door that he was trying to go through.
Okay.
My job was to be the distraction. Try and hold you up a little bit. Seems like it's been working fairly good. I would ask that you would tip the show.
Does it seem like we're gonna get very much more out of him?
We should probably
Yellow.
move quickly.
Fast.
What do we do with him?
Opal will then do what she's been wanting to do the whole time and tie him up, pick him up, and off we go.
Are we
As
taking
you
him with
kind
us?
of approach him, he would say, whoa, whoa, whoa. There is no real need for that. And he'll be holding his hands up. And on one hand, he has the manacles. This has been fun. And he will,
Elias gonna throw the match.
as you do that, he is going to Misty Step.
You rolled the dice.
As we're rolling, he got past the dexterity saving throw for the manacles. As you throw the match, it would slightly give. From what you can tell, he teleports outside the room back towards the direction that he'd come, like that he'd ran down towards, like back up towards the house. As he does that here, you'll just hear kind of soft chuckling to himself.
Is he still in line of sight?
At this point, no. As he Misty stepped and then ran up the there. If you would like to, Elias, since you were throwing the match, we could roll kind of see who would have gone first in initiative.
Yeah, if you want to.
Sure, let's do that. What did you get?
I got 19.
He got 9. So you can throw the match first.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would.
All right. With that, as he kind of is starting to get engulfed in flame, he would still Misty Step out of there. Burning, he would be running away up towards the top of the house. How much damage would he need to take?
Oh. Shoot, I have no idea.
You can see that, like, as he teleports and runs off, he's kind of throwing off like his cloak and patting out like any of the parts that are on fire. From what you can tell, that's what he probably used his action for. If you would like to pursue, you can, but he is running back up.
How far away from me is he?
He'd be about 60 feet.
60
but he's up at the top of the stairs, so he's out of line of sight again.
So if I were to run my 30 feet, would he still be out of line of sight?
Maybe. Though that would be I'd say no. I'd say that he wasn't like where you would be at. You would still be kind of in the like looking up the stairs, and he'd be kind of crested over the stairs already. So
then I would follow and use that opportunity to cast Chaos Bolt.
Okay. Would you like to roll initiative again?
Sure.
Okay. Is anyone else following?
Pinky is taking off in the other direction. She's going after the other people.
Moss is going
He's
with
running
Pinky.
back up into the house.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Okay.
Wait. I say some of us need to go like where the others went. Yeah.
No, that's where Pinky and Moss are headed.
Okay. I would like to go with Pinky and Mouse.
Go
would
with
say-
Pinky.
Yes.
Elia's not going to like commit and actually like follow him. She just wants to basically make it hurt.
Okay.
Ah.
Yeah. I think for the case of it, he'll be able to kind of keep ahead of you, especially with his bonus action dash and then action dash. So does that make
Alright.
sense? What I'm saying?
If he's gonna be out of line of sight, then it's whatever.
From what you can tell, he's out of line of sight. He runs back up into the house. If you would like to follow, you can.
Nah, it's not gonna be worth it.
Okay. Good to know.
Okay. Pinky is running in the other direction where the other people left from.
All right, Pinky, as
Running.
you
She's flying as fast as she
you
can.
fly to the door that you could tell most of the people probably exited from, you open that up. You try to. It's locked.
Well, Pinky's gonna use her tools and she's gonna open it.
Okay. Let's see how fast you can get this door open. You got briefed.
Thieves' tools.
I did all of these. I didn't use any of your stuff besides your manacles, but you could grab those off the ground.
Okay, when using my thieves' tools, is that a separate thing, or do I just do sleight of hand? Or
So sleight of hand, since you have tool proficiency
yeah,
with it, I think I don't know how. It's always like, how does it work?
yeah.
I think you get advantage if you have tool proficiency. We kind of were playing with that rule. So advantage because you're with thieves' tools, plus your and it's just your sleight of hand check.
Cool. Well, that is a nat 20 plus my sleight of hand is 26.
That's
And
pretty
so far in this particular game that we've done, we've gotten 2 nat 20s and 3 nat 1s.
Oh my God.
I've decided to keep tally, so.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
So as you fling open this door, you open it up. You see what looks to be some sort of holding chamber on this other side. Not very descriptive. There is something that you do notice. On one side of the room looks to be cages, and the other side looks to be, how do I say this? Implements for doing very similar things to what you did to Vance.
Oh,
This is just your style.
Yeah.
Okay. Does it look like the cells have been inhabited recently?
Yes. All of them except one are open.
Is there anything in the one that isn't open?
Make a perception check.
Dang it. That's a 4.
4. You're looking, or I imagine as you come through the door after you've picked it, you see that the gates are open, and you look around. There's no other exits from what you can tell from this room, and you're kind of going a little too quick to just get a quick perception and see if something's in there. But you can go up there and check more closely. Just from this distance, you can't really tell anything.
Yeah. Is there any indication? I don't even know how there would be indication that the inhabitants of the cells were younger children, or children, instead of
with kind of your check.
There's any way to determine that.
It is you don't see any signs right now that they're children. It's hard. What's everyone else doing while this is kind of going on?
I think Moss is investigating the room, honestly, seeing if there's anything else or
the main room that you captured Vance in.
Or because Moss followed Pinky, so he's in the room with the cages, right?
Okay. Yeah. Definitely. Make actually you have a high enough passive perception that you probably noticed this. As you kind of enter the room, you would see what looks to be a form huddled in the corner, chained in that last cell.
Moss will approach and be like, "Hey, are you okay?"
As you approach, you can see what looks to be it's hard to tell. I'd like you to do a nature check for me.
Nature check. Oh no. That's not good. Of a 19?
That's a 19, you said?
Yeah.
So with a 19 and with previous experience, what happens is you look inside and it's kind of like the after image of kind of a tree like you look at this thing.
Oh, it's a druid or a dryad or something like that, right?
You can see that her hair almost takes the appearance of leaves as it falls past her hair. You can see that like the iron shackle is tied to her wrist and it has her bound kind of up like this. Her head's kind of slumped down. It's hard to tell whether or not she's alive. Yes, you can tell that she is a dryad.
Ooh.
I should mention, as she's standing on the stone, you can see, like, I guess, as you kind of look a little closer to see if she's alive, you can see that she's squirming a little bit, almost like as if she's in pain.
Like, can I look around? Can I make a medicine check to see, like, what's causing her this pain?
Either a medicine or an arcana check.
Moss would probably default to medicine if we're being honest, even though arcana makes more sense.
Sounds good.
So the cell is closed? Is it locked?
It's still closed. So you're kind of
Is it-
doing a visual.
Oh, okay. Because we don't know if it's locked or not.
18.
18?
Yeah.
As you look at her physically, you can tell that she is what looks to be kind of in a bad state, very decrepit. But from what you can tell, like it, other than like, there's nothing, and you can tell this. There's nothing that looks physical that should be causing her pain. Like just looking at, she doesn't have like anything like nails underneath her feet or something like that. She just looks like she's kind of like twitching and hurting.
Okay. So it's an obvious, like, magic.
Yeah, there's something magical going on that's causing her pain.
Okay, with that, Moss will then make the arcana check.
All right, make an arcana check. Pinky, are you going to work on unlocking the door?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think she would do that first. I think she would, knowing that the other dryads outside, attacked and Barren was. Anyways, she would probably talk to it first. Oh, I'm gonna try to unlock the door. Please don't hurt us. We're friends. We're gonna try and set you free.
What languages do you know?
I know Common, Sylvan, Elvish, and of course Thief Cats.
Yeah. As you speak to her, what language would you use?
I mean, I would probably use Common first.
As you start talking, her head kind of lolls up, like weakly, and she would look at you and kind of cower. As you start talking Common, she seems like afraid.
Okay, then Pinky would repeat herself in Sylvan and then in Elvish again, because those are the only other two she knows, and she's gonna try and communicate that she's there to help.
As you speak to her in Sylvan, she would speak back just the simple words. No, it hurts. Well,
With that, Pinky is opening the door.
okay.
You want me to make a roll
Yes.
with my thieves' tools? Okay. And that was a sleight of hand, right?
Yeah, sleight of hand.
Yes. Okay. That would be a 21.
21. That is enough to unlock the cage door.
Okay, then I'm gonna go in and well, I'm not gonna go in. I'm going to use Mage Hand with my thieves' tools and try to unhook her chains.
All right. We will get to that. Let's go and look at what other people are doing just for a second. If that's all right for you
Okay.
and
It's all good.
what's everyone else doing?
I'm getting ready to help with the healing.
Okay, so you kind of
around
entered in there.
but like, I don't think I'm to where she is yet.
I think Opal would be frustrated with herself but still give her some slack as she kind of suspected Vance from the beginning, but since she rushed, he was able to, get ahead. But if she hadn't acknowledged it, maybe they would have been in worse trouble. So I don't know. She's just kind of thinking about that a little bit, but also trying to snap out of it as can't do anything about it now. I'll move forward and find out what's going on. So I guess she would just assist in investigations around the premise.
Good to know. Make an investigation check for me. You just kind of looking around.
I see. Okay. That's a 5.
Yeah, you don't really notice anything. I would give you that you find what looks to be 3 or 4 other rooms.
Mm-hmm.
You find one room looks like to be like kind of a bunk room. One of them looks to be another room kind of full of cages. One room full of storage stuff. So it's like materials, things like that. And then you'll find a final room that, from the looks of it, looks like it's like the back of a false bookcase, from what you can tell. And it's just like a little like, separate entry room. Barren, what are you doing? You need a little update.
Little update, yeah, just very brief.
Basically, Vance turned out to be
A bad guy.
and you guys are now
Has
exploring the complex
underground.
underneath.
Okay. Has Barren mostly been quiet?
Yeah.
Like, not really.
Mostly.
He's only jumped one person.
Okay.
He only got pushed into the webs once.
Hmm.
But he's not stuck anymore.
Okay. And no one went after Vance, is that correct?
Yeah, it looked like he was running back up towards the house.
Okay.
And there are Dryads outside. Auntie said that the main people, he was just a distraction, and so we're trying to go after those people.
We're trying to go after the main people?
Yeah, so he said he was a distraction for the other people that were getting away that were recently eating in the meat hall.
Okay. They're meeting in the what hall? Mead?
Sorry. We were fighting in a big hall that was like a meat hall where everyone was eating, and it looked like people picked up and left in a rush. And we're going after those people and not Vance.
I see. Okay.
He's on fire.
He's on fire. All right. I will let me quickly find some alcohol.
Yeah.
And then I will make my way after Vance.
All right. As you look around, there's a disowned mug full of still what looks to be fresh ale in it.
Okay. I will down that.
Okay. You hammer it back, set it down. You roll your dice. Are you going to go?
How much more alcohol is there down here?
No, boo.
There's some.
Say no
Um,
drugs.
You do notice that Ren's not really looking like he's doing much. He's just kind of standing. I don't know. Ren, are you doing anything? I don't know.
Not really. I'm hanging out.
But I just imagine Ren's just kind of standing there at the door, like he picked up his net. He's like putting it back in his thing. Oh, freak.
I'll try and find another one or two cups.
You can
down
easily
those.
find that.
I'll down both those, and then I'll say, Ren, we're going after Vance.
All right.
That's what I'll do.
Let's
So
get
I'm
in.
gonna put me a roll for each of those individual areas.
And you did a check for the whole thing. So, yeah. All right. With that in mind, with what's going on, we're going to go back to Pinky and Moss.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah. You go first, Pinky.
Okay. Well, Pinky was just going to use Mage Hand to try and undo the chains that's holding the Dryad.
Okay. Moss, what'd you get on your Arcana check?
I got a 16. I rolled pretty well.
From what you can tell, and with your background as a druid, knowing nature things, you would assume, looking at the place that she's being kept, the ground, and you kind of think about it, the Dryads that you ran into didn't enter into the building. Strange. Looking at the ground that she's standing on, it's stone, and it almost looks like her feet is in pain. From what you can tell, it probably has something to do with the type of material that she's standing on.
Moss is gonna take off his coat, right? Moss is not going to strip in front of a small child. No, Moss is just gonna take off his coat and be like, put the coat down for her to step on. Sort of like motion to step on it.
As she steps on it, the cloak being magical helps kind of abate that feeling, especially the type of magic it's made out of, being more of that nature-based style. But you can tell that while it's better than standing on solid rock, it's still not the best.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I have a jar of dirt. Why can't I be like Jack Sparrow and have a jar of dirt?
I've got a jar of dirt.
We do have a jar of Donnie. That might work.
A jar of dying.
Donnie.
Donnie.
Wait, what's
Which
dying?
is also a jar of
I have a
dying.
bag of sand.
Wait, do we?
Do you have a jar of dirt or sand? Like bag of sand?
Oh, I don't think I have one unless someone else has one.
Barren does, but he's going after Vance. Let's see.
Yeah, and I'm assuming there's nothing around the room that's like that, right?
Yeah, you probably wouldn't notice anything around the room of just dirt. You can tell that she's probably been suffering for a little while in this state.
Okay.
Let's see.
Still bad. Still bad. Yeah, I guess because how far away am I from the outside? Like, can I backtrack to the outside with the girl?
Yeah, you could. You do know that that would be taking you back towards the house. That's where Vance ran, but that's also where Barren and Ren are going to head.
You know, I trust my teammates. I'm gonna try and let the girl know I want to take her outside to the dirt.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I was just gonna say, does Pinky get her chains off?
What'd you roll?
Oh, I didn't roll yet. Oops. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That is a 22.
22? Yeah, easily enough you're able to pick the locks on the manacles. Both of them release, so she kind of falls to the ground and kind of huddles up onto your cloak, Moss, trying to keep her skin away from touching the worked stone.
Gonna be like, hey, it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna get you out of here, okay?
She starts speaking to you, Moss, in a language that I don't think you understand, unless you understand Sylvan.
Not today.
Nope. Pinky, you could tell that what she's saying is basically, please, lead me to the, and like the word in Sylvan is kind of like, it translates to like dirt under moon. From what you can tell, she's probably talking about the surface.
Right. Yeah. She'll repeat this in Sylvan, of course. Yeah, we'll take you out there. As quickly as you can. But there are some other dryads out there, and they tried to kill us. So if you could call them off as soon as we get outside, we would be so appreciative.
My sisters?
Yeah, they're outside. Let's go.
Okay.
Pinky's not gonna be very helpful, but she's gonna try and help. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
she's-
described it, but just for like, I don't know, for the way that this is kind of working out, how are you guys imagining this dryad looking? Do you imagine her as like one of the ones that was outside or different?
I imagine her similar to the one outside, but little girl.
I also
That's what-
imagined her like looking kind of like, I don't know, like wilted, like kind of withered.
Yeah, I like that. Like she looks like she hasn't had enough water and sun. So she's
Yeah.
looking a little soggy.
With that, Pinky's gonna offer her a little bit of water, from her tiny little water skin that she.
As you offer the water, she's just going to kind of stick her finger on it, like on the edge, and you can see that she kind of starts looking relieved as she just kind of sticks her finger on kind of the edge and kind of tips it back. As she kind of pulls out, you can see what looked to be like a root that had grown into the water skin, and then kind of slowly retracts back into her finger. From what you can tell, she'd grown a root to get some water.
Pinky's gonna just like look inside her little. Do like the one eye look inside her little bottle, and she's gonna shake her head. Okay, she's gonna put it away, and she's gonna start helping her move towards the stairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. With that, Barren, Ren, Opal, Allied, you and Alive, you'd see how this other room walks Pinky and Moss. The girl, the dryad girl behind you, she steps lightly on the ground. Ow, ow, ow. With every step, it looks like kind of limping, trying not to put as much pressure, but every time she does, she hurts.
Pinky's gonna call over to Opal. Hey, Opal, can you carry this girl outside?
Question for DM: Can I? Because I don't.
I'm certainly trying.
Okay, for sure.
Oh,
It's hard to
yes,
tell
we
now.
talked about
But
that.
you can assume whatever you want.
Just communicate with her because I know Sylvan and be like, would you like me to carry you?
Not with
Pinky's
Not the armor.
not with the armor. The metal, it burns.
Okay,
Pinky's
Opal,
then gonna turn to Ren
Opal,
and
did you-
ask the
It
same.
would take 10 minutes to take your armor off.
Am I?
Oh wait, you went with Barren, didn't you?
Yeah, I left with Barren.
Oh no, Barren and you guys haven't left yet. I
Okay.
ruled that quite yet.
Oh.
Okay, that's why I was ruling. I was like, you guys were getting ready, and as soon as like you're heading, like going to head out, that's when they leave the room with the little dryad girl.
I'll look at Barren, like permission. Like, do we need to go fast, or can I carry this girl?
Pinky's gonna take your face in both her little hands and say, "Carry this girl out. The other dude probably can't leave because there are dryads outside.
We're not helping
We
that
can
one.
leave until we get them. Oh wait, too. This girl will help us get out."
The
And then she's
girl?
gonna like move his face to look at the little dryad girl, and she's gonna motion the dryad girl over.
Opal will just.
Leave her down here.
What? Why?
She's
Where?
hurting.
We gotta get her out of here.
Fine.
Because she's hurt.
And what did you do to us?
Nothing.
Gee.
Us.
Can
Nothing.
Pinky slap Barren? Pinky wants to slap Barren. No, she wants. That's not gonna do much. Pinky is going to. Oh, she's gonna take out her little whip, and she's gonna crack it at Barren.
I'm gonna whip Barren. Wow.
She's not gonna actually hit him. She's just gonna crack it at him. Just make a very loud cracking sound.
Why should we help her?
Vigils.
Seems like a time monster to me.
It's not the time for you to be racist.
I'm a little drunk right now, okay?
Why is Barren the racist?
Prejudice. I don't want to go around.
Are you all forgetting what just happened with Elia?
Moss is gonna turn over and be like, Barren, listen. Our best way on getting out of here is by delivering this. What are they called? Gnome nymphs or whatever? Nymphs.
You're a gnome.
Delivering.
You're
Gosh dang it. Delivering this nymph to her fellow nymphs. They're not gonna let us leave this house unless we bring them their friend or whatever, sister or whatever. So this is our token out of this place, or else we're fetched.
What makes you so sure of that?
Seeing how well we did when we tried to fight him, I don't think we can take him in a fight. Oh. Unless you disagree.
to just be in the background.
If it's any consolation, I would prefer not to die again. So if we can get out of here peacefully, I would much rather that.
Thanks a lot. I'd rather not die.
I'm tired.
Pinky's gonna start yanking on Ren. Like, do this.
Fine, help
You
her.
don't mean.
But when she turns on you, don't come looking for me.
Well, we'll all be dead, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I like that whole time. Like Ren's like, I should, like, kind of conflict of interest. But yeah, he'll quickly scoop up the girl and carry her out.
Opal will be pissed. And be like, no, I'm almost done. Take me 10 minutes to put it back on.
Well, here's a question: is the girl like a log? Like, is she heavy?
She is made out of wood. But
What kind of wood? Like, are we talking like balsa?
I would imagine you'd still be able to carry her.
Okay.
Yeah, because she's not like a log. She's like a little thin, withered little.
Like as you go to pick her up, she like starts growing like tree limbs that wrap around your arms and like kind of not cocooning you like what happened to Barren when he was taken, but similar-esque to me like manner where she kind of just grows onto you.
Trying to hold on.
Like a piggyback, but you don't need to hold on. She's doing
That's
all the work
great.
for you.
That's great.
Opal will then like that, and then put everything back on.
Sorry, Opal. You're doing a great job.
You didn't even ask. You're just taking my job. Okay.
Just so you know, it's been about 15 more minutes, or about 10 more minutes since I would assume Vance has left for you to get to this point. Just so you know.
Okay, we gotta hurry.
If they're all heading up, I'll hang back for a second and find more alcohol.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Very this guy.
Where are your priorities?
Song about
Then, I think if you're going to be drinking more, would you be willing to have another one?
Oh yeah.
Okay. With that, as you guys, is everyone going back upstairs?
things. Hang my balls.
Yeah,
Alright.
we gotta get him out, right?
You all head back up. Ren, carrying the Dryad in your arms, every once in a while, kind of whimpering. I don't think. Do you understand Sylvan?
Sure don't.
Figured not.
I'm gonna go with them.
I don't. I'm not saying that you are.
I know primordial somehow. If that's at all related.
The old language.
I only speak old tree.
Yeah, sorry. Not into that new tree movement.
This slang she's using, I'm like, what are you doing?
That's so wrong. That's not even right.
Where's
It's
this
like
thing
you're
gonna
saying
bring-
something like, you're supposed to pull it like the root up and then stick the leaves in the ground. And that's what it sounds like to you, but she's actually just talking about how, like, she was taken from her family, and that's what you're getting from
Yeah.
this. You're
I'm
like really confused, like root to the sky.
Hey, weirdo.
You would though. The little girl would turn to you, kind of her woody skin, looking at you, and say, "Thank you." To you, Opal.
Say you're welcome. We'll keep you safe.
Okay, I'm assuming that we've made it a decent way up the stairs.
Yeah, you've made it up to the top. You've gotten to the to the ladder. Is everyone going upstairs?
I mean, Pinky is.
I'll be slow coming, but I'll go upstairs.
All right.
We're all going upstairs.
Yeah.
As the last one of you kind of gets up out of the stairs, Barren, as you enter into the upper stairs, you would hear a voice echoing through the house. Wow. I'm impressed that you all cared about me so much to all come back. It's hard to tell where the voice is coming from, but you can tell who it is. It's Vance.
Pinky is going to rush outside. Not like all the way out. She's going to stand in the doorway of the house. I'm assuming that the Dryads are out there. Yes?
The same trees, in fact, what looks to be more, have gathered around the house.
Pinky in Sylvan is going to explain. I know why you guys were here. We found your sister. We're bringing her to you. Please don't hurt any of us. We're bringing her to you. We have saved her. We didn't take her, but we've rescued her.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
How's your persuasion?
She did run.
My persuasion is pretty good, but my roll is awful. I rolled a 1 plus 5
Oh, all right.
is
With
6.
that, Pinky, I would need you to do a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I'm fine. That's an 18. I thought I rolled a
Hey.
13 instead of a 19.
Get up some stat blocks.
Mm.
Hey, where you going, sir? He's fine. Sir? Alright, yeah, you're good. You save with flying colors. You can feel almost like the song, a song in Sylvan, but it's almost on the wind, start to be hummed. And you kind of expect what this is. You can hear the words, the lyrics, they're calling to you, making you want to be pulled, to be charmed. You are able to resist this.
Yeah, I'm assuming since Pinky grew up in the forest, she knows a lot about the Dryads, at least a decent amount. So that's why she's listening. Anyways, but Pinky's going to try again. She's going to say, "We found your sister. She asked us to bring us to," and she's going to use the exact phrase that the girl used to indicate outside.
Yeah.
In her voice.
Okay. Opal, about this point, I think everyone else is starting to kind of get there. What would you say to assist with us as well, since you also know this language?
I would just say we've promised her safety to return her to her family.
You would see. Make another persuasion check. Pinky with advantage this time.
Cool. I rolled a 1 and a 2. That's
My turn. You're
that's a
not.
6 this time.
Opal, before you roll that, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Can only one person hear the things, or is it? Can everyone hear the music?
You could all hear the music, but it's only affecting one player at a time. What'd you get?
A 7.
7. Opal, with that, you hear this music calling to you. Yeah. It's a big cough. Pulling you to step out onto the dirt. Telling you that it's kind of interesting. The voice in the singing almost is kind of a pleading, begging. You are now charmed. The trees will say, as one dryad materializes from the trees and approaches to you, she'll fold her arms in front of you, and she'll beckon you to leave the porch onto the dirt. You do believe this to be your friend at this moment.
Would I still recall the other one that we have?
Yes, you recall all your memories.
Okay. I would just.
But as of right now, it's like the druids or these dryads. They're like best friends. They're sick.
Okay, but
if they're sorry.
I think if they're my homies now, I would want to increase my homies and have the other girl come with us. So I would gesture like
the lady will turn to you, the one that appeared, and said, "Are you telling the truth? Are they bringing them?"
yes.
With that,
I just I don't know, explain like I can't give her to you because I have metal I can't touch. So
you will still stay charmed.
Yeah.
so you know. The trees, she'll stand there and wait. As the rest of you approach. Eventually, Ren, you get there. You see the trees that are lined up outside. One lady made out of tree, kind of sitting there patiently. She'll kind of reach out her arms to the child.
And I know that this is like the kid's mom, right? Like I'm not like, ooh. Yeah, I'll start unloading my backpack.
She kind of like forms back into like a child as you pick her up. The lady's arms will kind of grow. They extend a little longer than they're supposed to as she kind of grows them out. And she takes the child from your hands and kind of brings her into her bosom as they grow together. And you can see automatic relief goes onto the child's face. The lady will then turn to you, Opal, and say, "Are these the ones that took her?"
She's referring to our team?
Yeah.
I can say no. I can tell you who, though.
Who?
There was a man in here named Vance. I don't know if you saw a man on fire for a little bit, but the one on fire, well, that was it.
We did not.
Can Pinky use minor illusion and just conjure up an image of his face?
Yeah, sure, you can definitely do that.
Don't we know the first name of the dude that they were reporting to? Vic?
Is
Ven?
It's Hab.
Hab. Like
Put
it's
nine
Hab,
above.
and I know
Have with a V.
Have a. You.
What?
He works for Hab. This is what he looks like. Him and others took.
I've seen this one enter and exit the building, but I know not their names, and I care not to. All I care is them receiving the punishment they deserve.
Yes. Can we assist in the punishment?
Of course, where are they?
We heard Vance, or the man, whatever, Vance's voice in the house, but that proves nothing if he's actually there. So he might be in the house. He might be 10 minutes away.
We ourselves are attempting to capture him, for he has also done wrong to us.
Why? If he's in the house, we will not be very much help. Worked materials pain us.
We just ask that perhaps you stand guard around the house, at least for tonight, while we try and flush him out.
We could always burn the house down.
That was the solution from the beginning. From
Yeah.
Moss.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Moss is always right.
Mind us, I wasn't there when we were given our initial mission.
Yeah.
What was our initial mission?
Like, what are we actually doing here?
Yeah.
Investigating the house.
Yeah, you've been given reports of people going missing in the area and some strange activity with this house.
Okay, is there any specific reason why this house is sentimental, why we shouldn't burn it down? Pinky's just trying to go through all the options here.
As you can, are you asking that to your group, or are you asking that just to the DM? Because I could see Pinky is there any reason why we're not?
Well, I was just kind of. She'll probably ask the group, but from Pinky's memory of the conversation we had about this house in the area, is there any reason she can think of why we shouldn't burn the house down?
As you ask that question, Pinky, you'll hear a voice again come from the house somewhere. Don't worry, I'm way ahead of you. It's about that point that you catch the whiff of smoke.
Great.
Yeah.
Bronze lady, whoever you are, thank you for that grease idea. I'll have to use that sometime. As you can see that there's been a fire started by the trapdoor. As you guys have all kind of entered into this side where the kind of the front. Where that trapdoor was, where you kind of heard Vance's voice, you hear that shout come from over there. In that direction, you can see what looks to be a grease fire has started over there.
Is it just the house, or is it under as well?
It's, you know, the underneath to be stone, so it should be good. But it looks like the house is going up fairly quick, and there's kind of a 20 foot by 20 foot. At least I'm pretty sure that's the size of Greece. Or is it 10 foot by 10 foot? Anyways, it's a fairly large square of just like quick fire in that area. You can try to run and jump down in there again, the basement, or from what you can tell, it looks like Vance is covering his tracks and slowing your progress forward.
I don't think we should go in because that would be risking our lives and to be buried alive in fire. So I don't think so.
What's the group doing?
I feel like he's getting away. I'm not satisfied.
This is the definition of getting away.
I know.
Just so you know, for those that are wondering, he did roll a stealth check and it was a 21. So unless you have a passive perception, I don't think anyone does.
No.
Oh, my passive perception's 31.
If we
Sure.
find person, right?
Did anyone cast that?
No one has it. I think it's a 3rd level spell.
Yeah, I don't have it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Honest, from my impression of the underneath, it leads somewhere. It leads from the house.
Yeah.
So I want to ask the tree people.
Yeah.
Can you feel the tunnel that we can follow it in the ground?
We cannot. Our roots aren't that deep and we are not familiar with this area. But we know of one from this area who most likely can.
Can we talk with them?
Because you've done us a service with bringing back what's a cute old girl's name for a dryad? I don't know. I was thinking something like I was thinking something like
Charissa.
like hazel,
Teresa?
because hazel like a hazelnut or something like that. Like
Hazel.
I like
Cashew.
hazel.
cashew. Peanut.
Yeah, I think Peanut is a good name for her.
Anya.
Yeah, it's like
Chestnut.
Chestnut. That's like, it's a really pretty name in Sylvan, but if you were to translate it directly into common, it's just Chestnut. That's her name.
It's like Acorn.
Acorn.
Like, okay.
Acorn's the mom thing.
What about
Acorn.
Jezebel?
Chestnut. Chestnut.
What was your suggestion, Kyle?
Jezebel, huh?
Jezebel.
Ooh.
You like Jezebel.
They call her Bella for short.
With that, as you all kind of gather up, each one of the trees that had been surrounding the house, there's probably about 20 to 30 or so at this point. Each one of them turn into more of this female in figure. And they kind of surround where this is happening as the house itself starts going up. That western wing starts kind of collapsing. What's everyone doing? Are you going to go with them to whoever they're going to take you to?
Yes.
I'd rather take my chance in the tunnel.
I'm gonna go with them.
We're going
You can
to
go
the
with them.
I'll go with Barren in the tunnel if he's going alone.
That's 2. too small. That's
That's a small group.
Thou shalt die.
Have fun up bar. Just come with us. You'll be okay.
Nothing bad ever happens in the tunnel.
When you split the party to only 2 people,
That always be there.
you reckon-
Maybe we should explore this option first.
will you promise not to charm our friend again?
Acorn will turn to you and say, because he has been charmed once already today, our effect will not take hold of him for about 24 hours.
Okay, well, what about the rest of us?
No.
Do you
He
know
doesn't.
Sylvan? Oh. Okay, just want to make sure. We will not. You've done us a service. As long as you do not act against us, we shall not act against you. As of right now, our common enemy is whoever took my child. I'm sorry that we assumed you to be one of them.
There, Barren. Apology. You should be satisfied now. Let's go. Pinky's gotta start following them.
Also, Bronze Lady, as
Yeah.
turning towards you. You also know Sylvan, right, Elia?
No.
No.
I wait.
Um,
Probably not.
If you don't,
No.
you will not understand what she says to you. But she's going to say, "Don't touch us. We're sorry that this guy stabbed you a lot."
Pinky's going to convey that message in a very sensitive way.
That's so funny.
Now
Don't
that they
touch us.
understand that you guys aren't the people who took her, took Chestnut, they're not mad at you. They just were trying to, from what you get from like the tone and inflection of her voice, they were worried. They saw people enter in there and assumed it to be the same people, because people are just people to them. They're racist against people because they're trees.
Oh.
All people look alike to them. So that's kind of what they explained to you all. And with that,
At this point, the house is probably.
the house is very much in flames. The Dryads kind of take steps back, like they are uncomfortable with the idea of fire that close to them. They've all kind of, as it starts to kind of get up a little higher and bigger.
I will just take a mental note of that.
Yeah, definitely do that. You can tell as you guys all get ready to leave, you hear a voice coming somewhere inside. Sad to see you all leave so soon. We'll catch up sometime.
Opal,
Can Pinky
throw a sign that is very mean, like unto the bird.
Yeah, I was gonna say Pinky's going to do the fairy equivalent of flipping the bird. I don't know what that would be, but
flip the wing.
Yeah.
Marine. And with that, we are going to wrap up this session.
Woo. Dungeon.
Dungeon.
good.
Dungeon.
Dungeon house.
Dungeon.